Hello, this is my first ever video, and this is pretty exciting. I guess you could just call me Sleepy, and I want to dive right into Talisman. This is well, if you've never seen this is a digital edition of the Talisman board game, which has had 4 different editions, and some have described it as the fantasy version of Monopoly. Would be a solid comparison I could make. This fills a spot for a board game which I really enjoy, and essentially, if you never played the game before, there is a Crown of Command in the middle, which I'll actually show you right here. This is our mission for the end of the game, to reach the Crown of Command in the middle of the board. The game is called Talisman because the final space before the crown, you need a talisman to pass through. And if you go around the land, which is divided into many regions, as you'll see on the board when we get in, there are many monsters to fight and treasures to find, and it's an RPG, so you're trying to loot and make yourself stronger and be the first one to make it to the end. And this digital edition has all the expansions for the real board game, plus some more that are exclusive to the digital one, which I've honestly never tried before. But I just want to take this first game to just play with the basics. Anybody that's watching this series, I want them to see what this game is like at its base. Just a nice, casual default Talisman experience. So, just make sure our rules are set up. A lot of people like to do choose characters, but I actually enjoy doing character selection. You're dealt 3 characters, and you get to choose from those at the start of the game. Makes it a little more interesting. Don't just always choose the same character. You can end up with a character you never played before that might be more fun than you thought. I've had a good few experiences like that with characters that just off their cards and description I'd never try them, but they ended up actually working really well and helping me grow in the game. Now, definitely there's a large part of this that is luck, but there is somewhat strategy to this game. So our 3 character options, we have the Thief, the Elf, and the Monk. First, the Thief. You can take gold from any character that you land on, or an object, which is pretty solid, without having to fight them. When you visit the market, you can take part of your choice and purchase it for free. Start in the city, that's just our starting space. And alignment is neutral. You can be good, neutral, or evil, which all have their own different effects. As to be seen, there's different cards that can change based on alignment. You may get positive interactions, but there can also be punishments. Neutral kind of acts to avoid both of those. You don't get any necessary punishments for being neutral most of the time, but there's a lot of benefits that you can't reap if you're neutral. Some of them you have to be either good or evil. Strength is just our strength in an RPG. It's your pretty much basic combat stat. Craft can be used for combat, like fighting spirits and stuff, but also there can be traps or puzzles which you need high craft values to solve. Your life count is how many lives you can lose before you die. Definitely don't want to do that. Fate is a really cool mechanic because these are points that you can spend to re-roll the dice, and if you make a sloppy roll that you really don't want to take. And then your gold is just how much gold you start with. Most characters start with 1, but there are a few that start with more. Let's see what the elf can do. You need not roll the die in the forest unless you wish to. If you choose to roll, you must accept the result. Okay, that's not terrible. Evading characters and creatures in the woods is pretty solid. On the woods, step rolling die from your move, and you may move to any other woods in the same region. Okay, so good board movement, alignment good, slightly higher craft, and more faith. Could be a solid choice. The monk, I'm just going to say now, this is a character I am not a big fan of. You get to add your starting craft to your strength during battle. So you just, by default, have +3 to your strength when you're in a fight only. There are some cards where you may need to do a strength roll, but they're not combat, so I wouldn't get to add that. If I'm rolling when praying, I would get to add +1, which, that's alright. Sometimes praying can be pretty helpful, get you some bonuses or some loot. And then, this is the big kicker. May not use a weapon or armor during battle. That is pretty, it's just bad. I'm not even gonna try and sugarcoat it. That is just a pretty terrible drawback to your character. If you got to, by default, just add your craft value to your strength, maybe it'd be worth considering, but not being able to use weapons or armor is just terrible. That is a very, very bad character negative. So we're definitely not going to be choosing the monk. I'm a bit of a thief fan myself. But the elf seems like they have better benefits. This is why it can be a tough choice. I haven't played the elf as much, so let's run with that. And our 2 AIs will pick their characters. And we'll see what we're working with. Ooh, the warrior and the wizard. Alright. So I'm first, I start on the woods. And I could land on either of them. Let's go to the top right of the board. That's the tavern. I'm not gonna... When I land on the space, I can choose to encounter either the space or the character himself. If I did the character himself, that'd be a fight, which, based on him being a warrior and being a pretty combat-focused character, I don't think I necessarily want to do that right now. Plus, I'd only really either be able to injure him a life or steal 1 gold in a fight, which, not the best early on. So we're gonna encounter the tavern and try and roll for, hopefully a 4 or above. All of those are pretty good outcomes. 5. Wizard offers to teleport you to any other space in this region as your next move. Pretty good. I can get going somewhere at the start of my turn. Let's see what they eat. Oh, just to make this easier, I normally play on AI speed of 8 just to make the game flow a little faster, but I'm going to crank it down so people watching this can see what the AIs are doing. Alright, so he's landing on the village and is visiting the Mystic. He has to roll 1 die. Let's see where he goes. He is ignored, so doesn't reap any good or bad outcome. Our wizard friend, well, not friend, we're all competing against each other. So roll evil darkness. So anybody that is not evil alignment must miss 1 turn. So that's going to be me and the warrior. But old wizard's gonna get to keep that turn, so he gets a little more movement. He just gets to get some more progress. Ooh. So a very important thing is this number is the encounter order for the card. You have to encounter the cards that are drawn in the order of lowest encounter value to highest. So he just used Fate to reroll because he's in a fight, and he just got his butt kicked. I'll explain fighting a bit more once I get to a fighting space. Oh, he had a healing spell. Gets to heal himself back up. I probably would have saved that if I was him a turn, but I'm not the one playing him, so. Let's go into the woods. Try and get some cards drawn. A water bottle, that's a solid item, because if I move to there are desert spaces lining the top of the the middle region. The board is 3 rings, and those middle region, the desert spaces at the top, you lose a life if you land on them. But water bottles, there are certain chalices that allow you to counteract that effect. So let's definitely take that. And what's another turn there? Let's see what these guys do. Ooh, we're about to see a fight between characters. Already. Wow, he gets to roll. So Warrior gets to roll... I'm gonna make the game pause real quick so I can explain this. Warrior's ability is he gets to roll 2 dice in a fight. Oh yes, whenever you fight, you tack on your strength, and then you roll a dice, and you add those together to determine your attack value, your attack score. So it has strength of 2, you roll a 3, so total of 5. Warrior, he gets to roll 2 dice and use the higher value for his attack score. It's a pretty good ability. Really helps when he gets in those tough fights and just needs to edge out the odds and just get a high roll. So he's won. So he stole 1 gold from the wizard. You can steal a gold, an object, or take a life off a character if you beat them in a fight. The wizard's also going to the tavern, taking a page out of my playbook. Oh, he gambled and won 1 gold, so not even a real consequence to that fight with the warrior. So because I'm the elf, I could roll a dice for my movement, or I could teleport to another wood space around the board for my move, which honestly I think I might do, because as my character card says, I can evade creatures and characters in the woods. So if I land on that space and then one of them goes to fight me, I can just evade. Or if I end up drawing some horrible awful monster. Oh hey, a bag of gold. Not too shabby. Money can be good, as you can go to either the village or the city. You can end up buying things to help out. Heals, items. Go into it in more detail once we get to one of those. Moving over towards me, he drew a shrine. So that doesn't really have any negative consequences. He rolled, and I didn't see what he gained. Wizard is moving to a field. Ooh, bear. Strength of 3. He could win this if he gets his rolls right. Rolled a 5, and the bear only rolled a 1. He's done it. Not too shabby, wizard man. Where did the music go? There we go. That was weird. Alright. I could land on the warrior and try to fight him, but again, I don't really have the items or the stats early on. I'm kind of trying to mind my own business and just get some power. But I could go for that shrine. You know what? That seems like a good idea. So the shrine, gain a fate, gold, spell. Spells are really good. They're just, you can cast them. They have all sorts of different effects. You can hold up to half of your craft value rounded down on spells. So I can hold 2 spells max. And gain 1 life would be good, or teleport to any space in the region, which wouldn't be bad. It just means I can pick where I want to move. So if one of them draws something good, I can move straight to it. 4. Gain 1 spell. I would happily take that. Destruction. Cast at the start of your turn when you have just completed your move. The spell will remove any face-up adventure card from the board. So any face-up card like the shrine, or a monster, or an item that drops on the ground that they're not able to grab, you just blow it up. Take it off the board. If I see one of them trying to go for something good, or taking advantage of like a shrine like this, or a fountain on the board too much, just get that out of there. Probably would be a good idea. Wizard is going to... Oh no, warrior. I'm looking at the wrong person. A wild boar, that's nothing to him. He's got 4 strength. He could still roll bad, but his double dice roll... Ooh, that wasn't great, but he's still got this in the bag. Yeah. He's going to be doing pretty good in the early game, as long as he runs into mostly strength monsters. I don't know if his double dice roll ability, if he runs into a craft-based monster, like a ghost or a demon, There's all sorts of different stuff we could run into in this. Alright. It really wants me to land on him. That's like the second, third, I think that's the third turn in a row where I've had the option to land on the warrior. Really wants to incite a fight between us. But I just want to move my own stuff. Ooh, the Holy Grail. That's really good. No evil character can have it, so Mr. Wizardman ain't getting his hands on this anytime soon. I can add one to my craft, and I don't have to lose life in the desert. It's essentially a better version of the water bottle, but evil characters can't have it, so it's pretty good. I will gladly take that for now. You can carry a max of 4 objects, but you are able to get followers, which I'll explain that in more detail when we see one. And one of them is a mule, which lets you carry more items, which is very good. Let's see what these guys do now. Oh shoot. Looks like I'm getting into a fight. He's rolled a 6. I have no possible way to win this, but I will roll. It's my only option. He's gonna steal my Holy Grail. No wonder it was turned inside a fight between us two. The game just said, fine, I'll do it myself. Alright. Lemire. Craft 1. He should be able to take this pretty easily. Ooh. It tried, but he's pretty good and strong. Is there anything on the board that I would like to destroy? 2. I'll go back to the shrine. See what I can get here. Gain 1 fate. Hey, I'll take it. An extra reroll can end up saving your life. Just really don't want this warrior to be around us. He can basically bully us in any confrontation, steal our stuff. Take a drink of my water. Alright, so he got a gold. Wizard is top of the board. Getting gold, dang. Everybody's getting rich in this early game. I don't know if I've ever seen more bags of gold drawn in the first few turns. It's still trying to get us to pick a fight with each other. Jeez. I'll go there, but I'm not going to encounter him. So if I land on the space, then when it's his next turn, he can't land on me because I'm on his space. He has to move. So, oh, speak of the devil, I was just talking about you. Mule, carry an extra 4 objects for me, but if I lose the mule, any of those extra objects I gotta drop. So, not great if I lose it, but as long as I have it, pretty good. But then again, if I get beaten up by the warrior again, then he would gladly steal it from me, I bet. Ooh, armor. That's really good for him. Armor, essentially, if you lose a fight, you, depending on the tier of the armor, you roll your dice, and your score decides whether or not you lose a life for that. Wizard gets a magic belt, giving him 1 strength. You're getting some pretty good stuff. Really wish I could have kept that Holy Grail, but nah. It's just what happens. I guess I'll just keep farming the shrine. Just drink the shrine water. Ignored. No, I don't want to waste a turn here. Ooh. Teleport to any space. Let's go to... Is there anything I can buy at the village that would be helpful? A sword. Yeah. Let's go buy a sword. Our gold. armor, like this is, like the helmet and the shield are both armor, but they are not as good. Like the helmet you have to roll a 6 to get it to protect you. Shield you can roll a 5 or a 6, and then the full-on armor, a 4, 5, or 6, you'd have like a 50% chance. Well, knowing this game, the bots would have a higher chance and then you wouldn't. It's how the digital version seems sometimes. But weapons add to your strength during battle. There are some weapons like wands that you can find that can add to your craft during battle against like spirits. But most of those are magic items which we have to find just going out and adventuring. Let's grab a sword for now. That way Mr. Warrior shows up again. I've got a little extra health to beat him off. Or, don't want to do that to him. That is extremely good. And that is not great for us, for him to have that. Gotta come over to my fountain. That's my shrine. I don't know you. Alright, okay. What could I do with the chapel? So chapel and the graveyard, I believe, are both based on alignment spaces. But the chapel, since I'm good, I can heal up to my life value, my max life value, if I was injured, for free. Or I could pray, and that would be alright, gaining extra life or gaining a spell, but I think I want to try my luck over at the tavern again. Maybe try and get a gold or something. Miss one turn, that's pretty bad. Let's try again. Teleport to another space, and that is my next move. Alright. What are they doing? He's gonna pull out the Holy Lance for the poor little goblin. Oh jeez. And he rolls the 6 right away. Yeah, as long as he keeps running into those low strength monsters, he's gonna be steamrolling for a while. But with that Holy Lance, he doesn't even have to worry about the higher tier stuff like dragons, because blow them away. Let's put our spell to good use. Let's blow up that giant. Oh, wizard cast a counterspell, so no giant explosion today, I guess. I guess let's just travel to this woods over here. See what we can run into. A market would be good if I hadn't just spent my gold. Yeah, I don't have anything I can purchase. That would be pretty good. Raft would be good because it lets you cross the river, so I'd be able to move into the next ring of the board with that, which would be kind of nice. But there is some tougher stuff in there, so let's see what they run into. Dang, another bag of gold. Everybody is getting rich in this early game. Well, mostly them too. I only got one. Copying my playbook at this point. Oh, I hope he's going to spend stuff. Okay. Really didn't want to have to deal with another fight. Seeing a shield and a sword. Ooh, he's gearing up. Yeah, I want to go to the opposite side of the board from them. I do not want to be hanging out over there. Ooh. Sell spells at the price of 1 gold. I just spent my money. So that is actually useless. Essentially, we want to get some stuff out. Ooh, a fountain with life points. I could go over there and try and claim one. Eventually. Maybe not right now. But essentially, want to get some stuff out here. He's gaining some spells. And then we want to move into the middle region. Some unsavory spaces in there, like the Cursed Glade and stuff. And there's a few different options for how to get into there, and I really like the game gives you multiple paths to victory. It's just a good RPG method. Sentinel guards this bridge, which he has a strength of 9, I believe, which we really don't have the stats for that right now. The tavern, I believe if you roll a 6, you can get the boatman to ferry you across to the next region. Or, if, as you saw at the market, we could get a raft and just sail across the river. If we had that axe on the ground, we could actually build our own raft, which would be really nice, because we could get in there, start getting some stronger cards. What do we got? I should not have rolled that. I should have fast traveled. Oh well. I guess let's just go pray at the church then. Ignored. I'll take it. Nothing happened the turn, but nothing good, but nothing bad. Ooh, wizard is targeting the warrior with some kind of spell. Lot to see. Immobility. So he can't do anything on this turn. So we just jump to the wizard. Wizard could be scary. He could cast some pretty devious spells on us. It's market day. This is essentially just the market, but it passes around the board as an event to each of the players. I still have no money. Warrior is getting a mule and a sword. He, I believe, can... Let me just check his player card to be sure. Yeah, he made dual wield weapons, so him having that sword and that holy lance is pretty scary for this early in the game. Well, can't beat good old Shrine, I guess. What do we got? Ignored. Let's reroll that. Gain a spell. I'll take it. Cast at the start of your turn before you move. Take one secret look at the top 5 cards on the adventure deck. Let's queue that up to go on my next turn. He gets a gnome as a follower. That has a few different bonuses, but it's pretty good. Let me actually... Where did it go? Or no, it was Warrior that got the gnome. Let me actually look at that real quick. Yeah. When opening the Portal of Power, which is... It's a space in the middle region that you use to get into the inner region. He only has to roll 1 die instead of 2, which you'll see why that's good later on when somebody tries to go for it. He doesn't have to roll in the crags, which is this space over here. It has, I believe, only like 1 or 2 actually positive benefits to it, but generally the negatives are good to avoid, so that's pretty good. And being able to just evade people while you're in the hill spaces is just good to have. Just all around really good follower for the base game. And later expansions add a lot of more, I guess, fickle followers. It's really hard to tell. whether some of them are good or bad. They're pretty situational, is what I should say. So, from seeing that, I believe since the goblin was on the left, it is what is on top of the deck, so whatever adventure space we land on, there will be a goblin there, so let's go towards the wizard, because I'd rather, if one of them picks a fight, I'd rather it be him than the warrior. Yeah, strength of 2. Let's equip our sword, try and take this bad boy down. Okay, pretty good roll. Down for the count. Alright. Oh, he is just farming up the life points over there. He's getting pretty set. The only thing is with the AI, they really like to wait on going towards the end, which is a little annoying. So even if one of them gets a pretty high lead, he'll kind of mess around on the board for a while and draw the game out a little more, which can be pretty annoying if I'm being honest. Ooh, magic stream. So like that pool of life that had life points on there, this one has strength points. So I will gladly give him strength. This goes. I heard my dog barking in the other room. Oh. Alright, he's going into the woods. The cross is alright. He's evil, so now he's not. If he had landed on the chapel without having it, he would just lose life. Just no point to it. Now if he can land on that space without losing a life, which, I mean, it's not great because he still doesn't get anything from it. But with that also, he can automatically destroy spirits instead of fighting them. So, but he doesn't get to keep them as trophies. Beating creatures in combat and keeping them as trophies, like if I go to my inventory, I have a goblin as a trophy. It's a strength trophy with a value of 2. By the rule set I'm using, you need to turn in 4 points of either strength or craft trophies to be able to up your stats for that part. And after that, they increase by 1 each. So if I upgraded my strength once, the next cost would be 5 and then 6 and so on and so forth. So that's what I mean by just going around the board, fighting creatures, and being able to up your powers. It's essentially an XP method. It's essentially your stand-in for experience in a normal RPG. Alright, so let me roll the dice for my turn. Ooh. Visit the fairy. The first good character landing here gets a wish granted. Let me go there, seeing as you can see our alignments based on the cards right here. Those are being evil, warrior neutral, and me good. So let me just counter this, and lots of good options. Seeing as we're having to deal with a warrior who's going to have high combat stuff, probably taking a strength early on would be good. That way we can stand up a little more to him. Mage. 1 spell per visit to each good character landing here. I might have to make my way over there and just grab some spells. What do we got? Mercenary. It's an alright follower, but you have to keep paying him to really get his benefits. So, not one of my personal favorites. A 1. Well, I don't have any money, so there's not much point going to the market. let me just try my luck at the tavern again. Teleporting around the region, hey. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could actually teleport over to that pool of life and get an extra life. Or I could go to the strength pool. Either of those are really tempting. I think I'm at full life, so going to that strength pool is probably worth it. I don't necessarily need more lives right now, so let's jump right over there. Gain strength, and our turn. It's the prince as a follower, so if he makes it to the castle space in the middle region, he can heal lives for free. Pretty good. I think he can also turn that prince in for money at that castle. Wizard is fighting Spectre. He's got pretty good odds to beat it. Yeah, he's taking it down without a second thought. He could have used his cross there to delete it, but if he had deleted it, he wouldn't get the trophy value for it, so he ups his craft. He's one crafty fella. Alright. I mean, it served us well. Let's just keep getting the tavern. 3, gamble and lose 1 gold. I'm at 0 gold, so I don't think I can go into debt. Yeah, let's do that. Just end our turn. Alright, he took the last life off that pool. He's at 8 life with 5 and 3. He is doing extremely good. Oh shoot. I'm getting into a craft fight against the wizard. This is not good. Yeah. He already rolled higher than I can roll, so even if I got a 6, I would be at a score of 10, so. What is he stealing? My water bottle? That's fine. And he just dropped on the ground. Rolled a 1. Let's get that helmet. Get some armor. It's not great armor, but armor is armor. Anything is better than nothing. Plus, if they beat me up again, it's something else they can just steal instead of taking lives off me. Ooh, that is really bad. He got the hag, which is... Oh no, that's his Warthog trophy. Whoops. The hag is one of the worst followers you can get. All of your other followers immediately ditch you, and you can't gain any until you get rid of the hag by visiting the village. So he can't get any of those, any mule and cart, any gnome, any of that until he gets rid of her. That is a horrible one. As far as I'm aware, I think there are only 2 cursed followers in the base game. One of which we may end up seeing later. I don't know. We just have to see how the game goes. He's gonna beat me up again, steal more of my stuff. Come on, man. Give me a chance. Alright, I have a chance of beating that. Let's go. That's what we want to see. Yeah, I'll take those results. Take 1 life from him or take an object. Ooh. I will gladly steal his magic belt, putting us at 7 strength. They're very much wanting a fight today. I don't remember the bots trying to just fight me this much. No, let's go to this space and see what we can run into. We know what the shrine is, but let's see what we can get over here. That's a really good follower. Like I said, if I had the hag, I wouldn't be able to take this, but Mr. Warrior is stuck with the hag. That's what he gets for having such a good early start. 1 to my strength and 1 to my craft. Gladly take that. 8 and 5. Amazing. No lives lost. We could use a little more money. We're down to only 1 fate, so Maiden is really good. But he can't grab her. Oh, he can't grab her. So she remains on the board. We could go for her if we get the right roll. Followers you can have an infinite amount of. There isn't a limit to them like items. Come on, we would need a 4. That's perfect. That is huge. Let's pick her up. 8 and 7. My goodness. Once we get up closer to, I usually like to go when I'm at around 10 for the center. 10 to 12 is usually the range where I like to start thinking about making my way in there. But we'll have to think about getting a talisman. There's a few different ways we can go about it. One is just luck from roaming around. But the main way is if we make our way to the Warlock's Cave here, he can give us a quest, which if we beat it, we can redeem it for a talisman. So that is what it looks like our next goal will be. Ooh. The wizard gave us a spell, but that strength pool is too good to pass up. Because it not only because we get strong, it prevents them from using it, because it only has one point on it left now, so he's visiting a market. Not really much worth buying for him. Where's Wizard going? 6. He's getting that last strength. That's good. I just really wanted to stop Warrior from getting it. If he gets going on strength and builds momentum, ooh, that could be pretty rough. Now I feel like I'm talking and making myself sound like I'm like an expert on the game. I am not. I'm just an avid fan. It's just a really fun game that I've played it a decent bit, mostly on my Xbox, but my Xbox doesn't work as well for streaming in my current situation, so playing it on ye old laptop. Ye old Windows PC. Alright, Enchanter. He doesn't have a craft of 4 or more, so he doesn't get anything from that. Where is Wizard wanting to go so bad? He keeps re-rolling his dice. He gains a craft. Ooh, 7 craft. Pretty good. Let's go to... We could try to make our way inside, but we would have to face the Sentinel. You know what? I'm a gambler. I like my odds. Let's get my sword out. And I've got a helmet, just in case I have a chance at getting in protection in case I lose. Ooh, that's not good. So we tie? I don't actually know what happens if you tie with this thing. I don't know if I stay here or if I keep moving. I could re-roll it, but if I roll a 1, I'd lose. I like my odds. It was still a 2. That's fine. I'll take the standoff. No harm, no foul. I guess I just sit outside. I'm out of fate now. That's not great. I don't think there's any really specific way I can get fate. The shrine actually, roll a 2 on it. We get to teleport next move, or this move. He gets a wish from the enchanter, and you boosted his strength by 1. You know what? Let's gamble our luck with Sentinel again. lucky with this roll. 3, that's not good. Dang. I mean, I'll take the standoffs. I don't lose any lives out of that, so. He's not a good character, so he doesn't get anything from the wizard. I could go for the wizard, try and get some spells. There's some that refill fate, I think. Alchemist to sell objects. Let's go for the shrine. I don't want to. I think the sentinel was trying to give me a hint. Alright, a 2. Fate. That's what we're looking for. Can save our butt in some scary situations. Take my water bottle. Could try to steal it back from him. I could beat him in a fight at this point. I've got pretty solid advantage over him. We're not gonna face the sentinel, but we'll get on his front lawn and encounter something. A storm. Okay, so everybody misses a turn in this region. So all of us. That'll just put us with Warrior's turn, I think. Yeah, so essentially nothing happened. We all just wasted around. Visiting the alchemist. What's he selling? I thought for a second he was about to sell that holy grail. So because he's evil, like how, since I'm good, I can replenish my life at the church, he can replenish his fate at the graveyard, which is pretty solid. I generally like having the good option better, but hey, playing the evil card, pretty fun every now and then. Like I said, fate can save your butt. Okay, that's a better roll. That's what I like to see. God, he just wants to keep going for these standoffs. I don't know. I don't know if I should take the hint or just try and brute force it. Oh, he's fighting a bandit. But that's gonna be no. 6 strength to 4. He could still lose. Okay, he's probably not lose. Yeah. And that's gonna be enough to up his strength, oh boy. That fountain has been used so many times. He just ignored. Oh. Gains a gold. Alright. Come on, Mr. Sentinel. I'm taking you down. Will we get, what, the 4th, 5th standoff in a row? That's a bad roll. Ooh. Let's chance it with the reroll. Another standoff. Oy vey. Yeah. Maybe we move on for a bit and just try and run into some monsters or something. I don't know why he keeps trying that mage. He's not a good guy. He's neutral. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Now that Wizard's got his wand, he gets pretty much in spell regeneration. Once he spends all his spells, he can draw a new one. So that is really bad. What is that? Witch? What do you do? Ooh, we do not want to become a toad. Don't really want to lose a life. Yeah, if I had a fate to reroll this and help my odds, I'd probably do it, but I don't think that's a good idea for right now. I don't think chancing becoming a toad. Oh, shoot. Alright, well there's our talisman. Okay. Where did... Hold on a minute. I thought Warrior had a gnome that he had to drop because of the hag. Huh. Weird little audiobook there, that was weird. Ooh. Okay. That's pretty good for him. Any cards he runs into that he doesn't really want to deal with, he can draw a new one, but he has to take the new one, so. Oh. That's pretty bad for Wizard. He could beat it though. 5 to 7. Right rolls. Ooh. Add his starting craft to his strength. Okay, yeah, he's looking a lot more likely to win this. And he gets a new spell immediately. Oh, but he only rolled 2. Standoff. Yeah, he's gonna roll that. And it's still only a 2. Oh. That digital dice wanted to look like a 6, but it switches over is the worst. What is that? Pixie? Can you not roll the die in the forest? Maybe. That's just my passive ability. There's no point in taking that follower. That's my character's full passive. Let's go over here, see what we can find. A raft. Okay, we don't have to fight the sentinel. I don't believe I can... Yeah, the raft can't be carried with me, so if I don't move with it, I just lose it on the next turn, so... Yeah. We're moving into the next ring. We got 9 and 7. We got a talisman. Got the standings to start making some real progress. Let's move to the hills, because that cursed blade is pretty scary. It negates all your magic items, and we'd lose the power of, like, our belt. Hey, we're already getting rewards. Oh, he missed a turn. He must have gotten drunk. Forest? Interesting. And he just loses a turn also. I guess they just want me to play for a while. We need to make our way to the world. Or no, we don't need to go for the Warlock's Cave. We have a talisman. You know what? Let's chance it. I've got 4 lives and 9 strength. I think I could do it. Let's use strength for the door. Your total is equal to or less than your chosen ability, so we need to roll a 9 or lower. We get to move on. Exactly a 9. We're in. This is where it gets real dicey. This would be an exciting start to the series if we win our first episode. Yeah, he did not want to fight that ogre. What's he drawing now? Hermit. Okay. Where's the hermit moving to? The crags? That's another way to get a talisman. Whoever would visit him would get a talisman. So there's two different paths. You can loop around this way, you can loop around this way. The top path, I believe, is more focused towards strength, and the bottom path is more focused towards craft. I probably want to go for the strength one right now. Let's see if I can beat this first test. Roll 3 dice. A 9. Subtract your strength from the total and move directly to. So 9 minus 9, 0. The crypt is the space we're on. We get to stay in. That's really good. That's one of the first 3 tests. We could still get some spells that could mess with us. I know there are some spells that allow you to steal items. Oh no. Don't make me have jinxed it. Oh, I have to roll a random dice? Oh no. Oh no. I gain a life. Oh my god. I got so lucky. That could easily have killed any chance I had at winning. If I had turned into a toad and been stuck in the inner region, I'd absolutely die. And death is not permanent in this. If you die, you respawn on your next turn at your starting space. Permadeath is an option, though. Oh boy, here we go. Dice with death. We have to win a dice game against death. What's our roll? A 4, that's bad. What's death's roll? Yeah. We lose a life. And then we have to remain here until we beat him. At least we got that extra life. Still got padding. This is probably the scariest one, because this is entirely luck. He found a devil. If he was evil, he'd get good things from that, but he's not evil, so he's just neutral. He keeps finding all these alignment-focused cards, but he's a neutral character, so he doesn't do anything with them. It's very funny. Alright. Dice with death. 7. It's not bad. It's middle of the road. Come on. A 6. Oh, we can leave on our next turn. That is huge. One step closer to the end. And I'm about to win. But I really don't want to jinx it. This game, if you've ever played this before, this game is notorious for flipping on you real quick. I mean, we only have the base game rules on, so there's not as much craziness to be involved, but trust me, as this series goes on and we add the expansions, you'll see how crazy things can get. Alright. He's gonna draw an angel. Ooh, he's evil, so he loses 1 life. Yeah, we're getting so many alignment-based cards. I don't know why we're just drawing all of the alignment-focused. The next step, the werewolf den. We roll 2 dice to figure out the werewolf's strength, and then we fight it. We could roll low and it could be a slaughter. We could roll 12 and it would be pretty scary. A 4. That is really good. And we get to use our sword. Don't know how much we save. Yeah, when it says auto kill on the side of the screen, you're doing pretty good. Alright. Only 1 more step and then the crown after that. But that's not the end when we hit the crown. They still get a little period where they can try and stop me. As long as they don't take away my talisman or something. Ooh, there's the other cursed follower, the poltergeist. That one is really interesting because instead of rolling your dice for movement, you can only move one space at a time until you cross the river, which you have to cross a bridge, raft, or ferry, and then you can get rid of it. I don't think it's as bad as the hag, because sometimes if you find something like that shrine, you can just keep looping back and forth and take big advantage of that, and then get rid of it later. But I definitely could hinder progress. Alright, the Valley of Fire, the second to last space. This is why it's called Talisman. You need a talisman to enter here. If you do not have one, you have to go back. So, let's enter it. Alright, we're on the precipice. The foot of the tower. Not gonna lie, this is one of the quickest games I've had to make it to the end. Ooh, that's really bad for them. Pestilence just means everybody in that region where it's drawn loses a life. Thankfully, we are not over there. Huh, I might have to start playing elf more. They seem like they're pretty solid. Really pretty good starting stats. But I'll have to see as this goes on. Alright. Crown of Command. Now we're in the final phase of the game. Now on my turns, I cast the command spell. So I roll a die, and if I get 1 through 3, nothing happens. But a 4 through 6, each of them lose a life. This might take a while because Warrior's still at 7 lives, but if we can get some rolls like that, we can kill them off. Wizard's down to 2 now, so this is pretty good. I don't think that Pixie's gonna do you much help, but they can try and scramble around and maybe scrounge something. If they were able to get to the crown space alongside me, then we'd have to fight it out, but they'd have to get a talisman and through the portal, go through all the tests. It's not likely. Alright, let's cast our command spell. Let's just keep the good rolls, keep the good mentality. 2. It's fine. Just a few more turns, they'll get to scramble around. It's good. I'm not gonna deny cards are good, but it's not much help. They're not doing what they need to do right now. But then again, a lot of it is random. So, and they're computers. I'm acting like I'm playing against real people. So, they're trying. Get him. Come on, big roll. Darn it. Oh, he's building an axe. Building an axe. That'd be cool if you could craft weapons. He's building a raft and crossing the river. A guide, not a bad follower. Allows you to go through the crags without having to roll in the chasm over here. Essentially, the character, the dwarf, has that passive also, so. A lot of the followers in the base game are kind of just the passive abilities of other characters. Some of them are just outright stat boosts, like my unicorn and my maiden. There we go. Puts the wizard on the edge of death. Give me that warrior who's gonna be a slog. probably use the Orb of Knowledge too, pal. You gonna reroll that one? Oh. Yeah, he can kill a wild boar pretty easy, but that one would be pretty rough. Dang, they both just got one rolls. That why he didn't use his fate? He could have easily won that. He just had to reroll not a 1. Literally a 2 would have tied it, and then anything else would have been fine. Weird. I don't know. I'm not gonna backseat game the computer, I guess. There we go. And that's one step closer to winning the game. Wizard is out. Now, normally when you die, you'd respawn, but because I'm on the middle space, he will not be respawning. And all of his items drop where he died. If he died and it was at a point where he would respawn, he would also lose any stat bonuses that he had accrued, which can be pretty disheartening whenever you're playing the game and run into something that just wipes you out, some card that's like lose a life whenever you're just that close to getting a heal. Yeah, he can take that down. If he can't do it, no one can. 2. Not the best. Killing him. Dang, he's trying. He's trying to get a quest and get his Talisman. He's got 8 strength, so he could realistically make it in here if he gets enough time. I could just roll pretty badly on this tower. Yeah, that's another life down. It's down to 2. He can still heal if he finds spaces to heal, it's just you can't respawn after death. There is a rule that you can turn on where people can't heal when you're in the tower, because there's some characters that could like heal stall and draw the game out. Dang. He could kill this pretty easy and then get a Talisman. I really don't want to jinx myself. But he is trying to make a comeback. I think it's just going to be too little too late. Like I was saying, he had that scary early game start and then just didn't really do anything with it. It's a bot. They don't care so much about themselves winning, they just don't want you to win, is their basic mentality from what I've gathered from playing. They might go for the win eventually if you play long enough, but they'll put you through the ringer trying to wait for them to do it. And then if you try to go for it, they go, whoa, whoa. You thought you could end this game, what, somewhat soon? Oh no. Let's play this out. Let's run the clock. Last life. More good roll. Also, I just gotta say I love this music in the background. I mean, it's the same few songs, but it fits. It really... Dang. The game is really trying to help us with 2 talismans. I mean, that doesn't make a difference. You just need 1. Could end it right here. It doesn't look good for him. He would have to either heal or get a lot of rolls. Oh. It's the end of our game. Wow. I was I was really hoping for a win on the first episode of the series, and I think that's a great start to show the game, but this is the base game. And over this, oh, forget they have you level up, and yeah, they give you runestone cards, which they're basically power-ups that you can turn on, but I don't think they're a good change from the base board game. I guess I'll just take that one, I don't know. They seem a little cheaty, because the bots don't have them. No. Good first one to start everything, but let me show you real quick. We were just playing with the base game. There are a number of expansions that all add different challenges and enemies and treasures and just new features, new concepts you have to worry about. They make the game pretty tough, especially when you start to stack all of them. Not even just that. There's so many alternate endings that are different to the game. I think that's why I like it so much. There's just so much customization that it keeps it fresh. Alright, well, I think that's going to call it for the first episode. This was a whole lot of fun. I hope this series takes off, and if you watch this and you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I mean, it'd be very nice. I know I'm just starting off, so obviously I'm not expecting much, but even just seeing like one nice comment or a like would just really make my day. Alright, well, peace out, and I guess I'll go get some sleep.